Yo, yo. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Always feels good to be back. About to be live in a minute. Or I am live right now. Tomorrow we have a bank holiday, which is pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. That's not what I meant to do. What's new? Nothing really, brother. Nothing really. Just slaving the life away to the charts, I guess. Alright, live right now. Okay. Give me 1 minute and then I'll be ready. Yeah, I haven't been live in a minute. Not a minute, but I just like haven't been as consistent recently, which I've kind of just come to peace with me just trying to get better as a trader and like not really focusing on like being live as much. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be. I'm gonna be more consistent, and I mean that. I started doing case studies every day now, so I have those posting, and then I'm doing market reviews every single day. So yeah, so it's not like I'm like completely like a bit. What's good, T man? What's good, T man? Good to see you. Good to see you back. Honestly. All right, give me 1 second, and then I'll be ready. Yeah, but basically, I've been going through like some leaked ICT concepts, some leaked uh, um some leaked ICT. I've been going through the 2021 mentorship. I feel like I kind of am consuming it a little bit too fast, but also not really at the same time. All right, let's get right into it. Basically, yeah, we'll see. What's good? I was here last night. Hey, good to be back. Good to be back, brother. I haven't seen the market reviews. That's good stuff. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, I'm reading it on the wrong screen. I got some new monitors now, so that's new with me. I got new monitors, but I've had those for a minute. So right now, what I'm looking at is what I'm looking at is where's the low resistance liquidity, where's the high resistance liquidity. If you look at this, we just had news manipulated us here, and we have SMT at the highs all the way here. We failed to take this high, so that's something to note. But we have taken this high with SMT, and we have low resistance liquidity at the lows. I'm definitely anticipating a jitter swing. This looks very nice. SMT at highs, 8:30 news manipulated. And yeah, I'm pretty much just looking for possibly this imbalance to get rebalanced, that market open to possibly have another Judas. I'm not looking to get engaged yet, but I want to see this fair value gap possibly get traded into. That's what I'm looking at. Blew my funded, so went and got a job. I took time off today. Hey, bro, just keep going. That's all I can say. It's just like keep going with it, cause like the worst thing you can do is just give up. That's the worst thing you can do. Just give up. And what I'm doing is like I'm not. I made a deal with myself that I'm not like even going to trade live funds until probably next year. Until probably next year. I've just been submitting to the process. I don't know. ICT's really like influenced me, you know? Cause like if the guy who created the concepts says like you shouldn't even be live trading for about like you should just take time to be a student, then I'm just gonna submit to that, you know? Our market's gonna open in 12 minutes. We had 8:30 news. We don't have any other news. Or let me double check. Oh, that's a sneak peek. That's a sneak peek. I filmed like two of those. So I have yeah. We have a bank holiday tomorrow. We have Juneteenth. That's kind of weird. Bank holiday on Wednesday. That's weird. It happens to everyone. I I don't want to. I don't want to ever like. I don't want to have to like. I don't want to blow an account. I don't want to do that anymore. So like, I'm just taking my time, and I'm really just taking time with it. Like really, really taking time. How you doing, John? What's good, John? What's good, John? Thursday we have unemployment claims, and then Friday we have PMI. Oh, why do we have a no red folder news Monday? Why do those have to exist? Dang, I feel like this year's gone by pretty quick. Like it's already June. It's already been 6 months of the year. It's all like that. That feels absurd to me. We at it again? Yes, sir. All right, I'm looking for this for value gap to get traded into at market open. But we have low resistance liquidity here at the lows. We have SMT at the highs. I don't think price needs to go higher. So my eyes are on this. We're waiting for market open, in my opinion, to push up, to create a false move within the market, to then head lower. That's what I'm submitting to. That's what I think is gonna happen. Look at the hourly chart. On ES, I could see us rebalancing higher, but the fact that this is a bullish for value gap, and the fact that we have just consolidated within this tells me the fact that, hey, we're failing to displace off of this fair value gap, so this isn't really a fair value gap. If this was a bullish fair value gap, we would be making new fair value gaps and new highs off of that. The fact that we're just been consolidating within this fair value gap tells me that, hey, maybe there's something up. And then the fact that we have SMT at the highs as well just tells me that the probabilities are likely shifted, or probably in the favor of shorts here. The probabilities. Think about it. It's more probable. Like this looks classic to me. Like this is what I like to see. And I'm trying to find my model, and that's kind of why I haven't like been really looking to engage. But I've really been liking a Judas swing profile and just looking for that possible 950 macro, and then that 10 a.m. expansion. I think that's what I've dialed it down to. So, like, I would say if you're struggling right now, you don't know what to do, I would say definitely work within time, Like, if you know what time you're... DXY is so confusing recently. I'm going to pull up DXY real quick. We still got like 9 minutes, so we'll be fine. The DXY... We covered this order block. Respect it nicely. We now have some bearish continuation. We're respecting this order block right here. And if you guys watched that one market review, I think that this could possibly be a market maker sell model. I had that up. I want to see if we're still going to displace lower. And I just don't like these like very clean lows. Like, I just don't believe that. Like, this is just displacement higher, displacement lower. This is just like pure manipulation in my eyes. So then head into this order block. And then I don't know. It all depends on this order block right here. If we hold this, I feel like we're going to see higher prices. But if we don't, we're likely going to break down to these lows. And good man, grind. I just got a job. Can support trading more. Too much going on now. I got a job so I can support trading more. Oh, I see you. Where you working at? Nice. Oh, I've just been chilling. I've been just consuming content, bro. I've been watching a lot of ICT. I've been putting in some work, backtesting, market reviews, and I'm gonna be doing daily case studies. So if you look at my channel, I'll be doing I'll have a daily case study and a daily, and when the market's trading, I'll have a market review every single day. And I'm gonna be live consistently. Definitely for I definitely like it. All right, here we have a 1 hour fair value gap. It could be inverse. I'm gonna mark this out on my chart, but I'm really looking at this 5 minute fair value gap. But price may not need to trade back up here because we've already offered buy side within it. Look at ES. ES doesn't look as. ES looks pretty choppy right now. ES looks pretty choppy right here. Oh yeah, by the way, I switched my contracts over to September, so I did that today or yesterday. YM, low resistance liquidity below us. I don't know. YM, I don't really like this fractal price 2 on YM. It doesn't look the highest probability. But if I'm bearish, I do like the fact that we're failing to create new fair value gaps higher. If we close below this here, claim this as the order block, we're likely gonna see this. But if we do push higher at market open, possibly form maybe SMT at the lows, we'll see. On NQ, it just looks like we're heading to these lows. NQ looks pretty clear in my opinion. Doing well, excited to be here. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's just more probable as well, but I just don't like ES as much. Like ideally, like perfect case scenario, I would like to see ES rebalancing some form of fair value gap, or looking to. But there's like no fair value gap within this. I don't really like this 1 minute chart. We'll see what market open does. That'll probably give you a little bit better insight on what price wants to do here. We had 8:30 news, and we just like this. I'm not gonna take longs. Longs are just are much lower probability for me, just because the fact that we've already liquidated these stops. So there's not really any reason for price to go higher except to maybe tap in all-time highs. But the fact that we've had a big wick on this just shows us that we've already liquidated all these stops. Where's the low resistance liquidity? Low resistance liquidity resides right here. We also have an imbalance below us that we can rebalance, that we can target as well. So I do like that as well. In terms of 15-minute time frame, if we look at NQ, we've had a 15-minute change of city delivery. I would say that it's right here. But then we also have this propulsion block. So order flow on the 15-minute chart is actually bearish right now. On the 15-minute chart. On the hourly, though, it's still bullish. But this is your order block right here. So I want to see Judah swing higher to then displace lower. That's what I want to see. This is looking like we're priming up for that. Like, look at all these low. Look at this low resistance liquidity signature. Anything else I should check right now? No, I don't think so. If I go full, I don't like that. I like to switch to my time frames. I don't know, Loki. I have 3 monitors now, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like if it's worth it. Send your I'm like distracted. I'm watching YM, see if we could draw up into an order block. Order block for value gap. That's what I'm looking for. I'll pull up YM here just to show. If you look at YM, I don't know why that didn't. doesn't show up here, but I'm looking at this order block, and I'm kind of just gonna ignore this wick. I'm ignoring this wick. We're right now within this fair value gap, and I want to see if we want to possibly reprice this order block right there. That's my area of interest. Point of control. ES, what are we doing? Just consolidating. NQ, what are we doing? NQ has displacement lower. With SMT at the highs after liquidating all these buy stops. We have taken liquidity here. Lowers this liquidity at the lows. Alright, market just opened. I would like to see... Wait, no, it didn't. We still got a minute. I'm getting too carried away. I would like to see a push higher. Maybe rebalance to an imbalance. Take these short-term stops to then have displacement lower. But we are kind of within this sell model. So we'll see what happens. Dang, I'm getting spammed. Alright, market open and... Oh my gosh. Hold up. I'm in this Telegram for like ICT, and Brody's spamming it right now. Shoot. How do I mute it? All right. All right, we'll see ES splicing higher. Let's see. We could possibly form maybe an SMT at these highs, right at this high right here. That would be big. If we could, I don't know if price does want to push all the way up there, but if we reprice up to these highs, which I kind of doubt it, and then ES or NQ draws up in that fair value gap, that would be a prime short. All right, let's see. Usually, I'm anticipating Judas swing at market open. I'm looking at this high right here on ES. Ooh, YM starting to displace lower a little bit, not a little bit, but a decent amount. Yes, this is good. I want to see us possibly rebalance. Is there anything else we could rebalance? Let's look at. I'm looking at this fair value gap right here as well. This could possibly be your Judas swing. But I'm mainly looking at possibly this 5-minute fair value gap up here. But I don't think price needs to trade in there. We also have this 15-minute imbalance here, overlapped with this breaker right here. So high combo area right here. All right, let's give it a few minutes. All right, now we're within this 1 minute. Let's see if we want to hold this or possibly reprice higher to one of these fair value gaps. I'm just not convinced that we're going higher. Like, I totally think that this is a Judas swing right here. It just wouldn't make sense, especially on NQ. We've already taken buy stops. So if I'm reading this, and I'd rather submit to being wrong than to try to go against high resistance liquidity when we have low resistance liquidity below us. Is this in a balance? We're not even. We do have this down close candle, this order block, but I'm just not convinced. I was not convinced because we already taken buy stops. The only thing opposing this is this down close candle here. We going higher. 15-minute OTE bouncing off NQ plus equal highs. These equal highs here, we'll see. We'll see. ES is now taking this high right here as well. If we break down from here, it'll be a nice shorting opportunity. Because now we have possible SMT in the market here. I don't like these lows here. This just looks suspect. Look at NQ. YM is within a 15-minute bearish for value gap. I don't like YM right now. It's not speaking to me. She's not speaking to me right now. Oh lordy. Alright, 15-minute for value gap with 15-minute breaker after taking buy side liquidity with SMT at the highs. We'll see. Let's see what we do here. We do have SMT at lows. We have balanced price range right here. We tapped in that balanced price range right there with SMT at the lows. So that's something to note. If we create a bearish fair value gap here on the 1 minute, that would be a short. I would think so. But this right now, actually, the fact that we're running through this high on ES, I don't know, man. YM is looking to liquidate these highs. YM just took buy side liquidity. $15-minute order block and fair value gap, or sorry, 15-minute breaker and fair value gap. I don't think it's the clearest I don't think it's the clearest market open for indices. Getting mixed bias. It's not clear, so no trade. But this is potentially bullish. You have this balanced price range with the SMT right here. Boom. We're respecting that, but now we're back within bearish order flow, so if we do create a bearish fair value gap and fail to make a bullish fair value gap, I would see that as possible short. I need to wait for time. I want to wait for that 9:50 macro or 10 a.m. expansion. Just because the market open just wasn't clear. Sometimes the 930 will be pretty clear on what price wants to do, but right now I have no idea. Just look at ES. We're drawing higher, and NQ is consolidating. Is dollar doing anything of significance? Dollar has reached fair value gap here, so dollars had an explosive move lower off of this fair value gap here. Now we're within this fair value gap, this gap within the market, this volume imbalance. I think dollar is likely going to consolidate within this. I could see dollar definitely consolidating within this for sure. Filled that full imbalance there. All right, this looks bearish. We shouldn't be attacking this balanced price range. We have SMT at highs. Yeah, I think this is going to be a breakaway gap here. Hello? All right, what's up with my mouse right now? I'm trying to draw. Okay. This is my drawing liquidity. All right, my mouse is bugging right now. The fact that we closed below that balanced price range tells me that price doesn't really want to go lower. We failed to create a new fair value gap, respected 15-minute area of interest. Are we gonna leave this as breakaway gap though? Are we gonna leave this as breakaway gap? This could be hypothetical short. Also in line with this I personally want to wait a little bit. I like to wait for 950. But I would like this return here to be a possible shorting, but I also know that prices really have to return here to offer fair value within the market. And we also haven't really had a clear market structure shift, and there will likely be maybe a second stage of redistribution within this model. But look, stop on it here. I don't have a... Damn, that like possible projections here. I want to do the wick here. There's some, I like these projections a little bit more. They map out to my liquidity a little bit better off that 15-minute wick. What are we within? We're within this reaccumulation zone right here. We've had a stop hunt. I do want to swing grade this as well. Here are some swing grades at 50%. What do we have? We had a stop hunt right here. So I'm really expecting this to, I think we could accelerate here at this 950 window. I don't know if we'll get a retracement that I'm looking for, but we'll see. We'll see what price does. And then see what we could do better. Right here, we have this 1 minute BISI that we could come back within. Actually, look at, I don't really even notice that, but we turned right back within this SIBI right here. This is all kind of just distortion within this dealing range. Let's see what we do. Now we have come back within this balanced price range. So I don't like the fact that we... if we're bullish, we should respect this no matter what. It would create new fair value gaps off of that. But we respected the 15 minutes. I'm going to leave this on here. But I would like this to get left as a breakaway gap. Let's see if any entry gets offered. We might want to break down and accelerate towards the draw on liquidity here. We have an order block right here we could tap into. I'm expecting this to be a breakaway gap. Possible projections could be a full swing of this range right here. That could be a possible target. Kind of lines up within here. That could be an area. Right now, we're back within that order block. I want to wait for this 950 macro. I'll be selective here. See if we maybe do want to trade back within this fair value gap because it's permissible. This fair value gap would be permissible to trade back within. It also would be within the SIBI. We also are within this order block, so let's see if we are going to respect that. I would much rather wait for a 950 and be a little bit more certain on my entry. If I were to look to trade this, obviously I'm just tape rated, and we'll see what this does. SMT at highs. This looks clear to me like we want to head to our sell side. Hey, I need to. I'm live streaming. I'm officially gonna be back. It's been a minute. We're kind of consolidating here, so I think we're waiting till this 950 macro. I think price is waiting for the 950 macro to really accelerate towards the draw on liquidity. So we sit, we wait, we watch. If we look at YM, I don't think YM wants any more upside here. YM just looks. YM's within this SIBI. I really don't think that higher prices. I don't see us just expanding all the way up here to this high. Like, I don't think that's likely. Larger time frame, we're in a 1 hour inverse on NQ. I don't really use inverse this one. Or you'd have to send a screenshot and list in the Discord. Yes, buy side institutional order flow entry drill right here. This is your nice 2022 model, or technically. What was up with that? Look at this order block. That's the last line of defense right there. I just don't love how close. I just don't like how negatively correlated NQ and ES are. Like, I'm okay if Dow is in its own world, but ideally I don't like the fact that NQ and ES are just so negatively correlated right now. I'm waiting for this 950 macro. I'll see what we do. Kind of sloping. Just sloping. What do you think the slope is on this? I've been doing like some rabbit hole searching, and if you like, or not really, but I just like, if you think about it, like, this is pretty much just like a parabola or like a function, you know? I don't like this. Let's see what we want to do here within this time window. I don't think that we need to trade back up into this fair value gap, but I think we're just gonna expand lower. I think lower price is just more probable, more favorable. Let's look at ES. What does ES look like? Order block. Then you have 1 minute fair value gap. Institutional order flow entry drill. All right, if we close. Now we wait. Yeah, Dow is just Dow and ES both made higher highs. NQ is on the other side of the universe right now. Ooh, look at that delivery on that 1 hour fair value gap though. That's pretty nice on Dow. Right here. All right, 950 macro just opened up. Definitely something to be aware of. Let's see what price does. We're like just barely sloping off here. Where can we possibly trade back into? We could reclaim this BPR. That could be an area of interest. You also have this fair value gap right here. You also have this mitigation block kind of. You would call it. I would call this. That's the breaker. I would just classify that as a mitigation. All right, 950 macro. We're within that retracement area or reaccumulation zone. I'm expecting this to give us an entry. So, my hypothetical short in this situation would. I would look to get filled here. And not BPR reclaiming that. Put what in main chat? How many points would this offer? 40? That'd be a nice little setup. Cheeky little one. The screenshot of what? Sorry, I'm lost. Alright, we wanted that breaker. We didn't want to trade into that BPR or fair value gap. No, isn't that a coincidence though? Is that? You think? Is that a coincidence? That 950 macro. I don't know. It's up to you to decide. Right now, I wouldn't really look to engage within this. Honestly. That was a nice soup. It's all hindsight though. Hey, like, that's what I'm saying. Like tape reading, like, it's just enjoyable. Like the reason why, me personally, I wouldn't really look to engage with this, even though I did like the model on NQ, I wouldn't really look to take this like in a live account because of ES and NYM. I want to see them more closely correlated, you know? Like for me, this looked pretty clear on NQ, but we were just totally diverging on ES and NQ. And the fact that I would have personally like this would be best case scenario, and this is where I think like the best opportunity would have been. I mean, we still have possible retracement here, but we'll see what happens here. But I'm expecting us to just take this. Where else do we have possible draw and liquidity? Oh, definitely this imbalance. And notice how this low maps up right with that imbalance. I actually was looking at that earlier today, but I didn't. I forgot to mention it. That low right with that imbalance makes this a very high quality imbalance to trade to because there's lots of liquidity that rests within this area. There's no liquidity that rests within an imbalance, but we know that the market trades to imbalance to generate liquidity on the way there uh to induce positions so then they could sorry go against that liquidity. Like that's why they kind of get traded into. And right here, the fact that we have a low right above that imbalance, that's high quality. Let's see. Maybe possibly we might want to have another stop on here. I would still keep that hypothetical short. I don't know if I would like to take this trade if we come back up to this area. I just want to be as strong. We rebalance right to this breaker. The 5 minute breaker. Which was nice. Let's see if mean threshold of this candle. Yo guys, I have a problem with my TradeAway account. Can anyone help me? What's wrong with it? I haven't logged into TradeAway in a minute, so I couldn't. I haven't placed a live trade in a minute, and I'm gonna keep on doing that. Like honestly, there's no rush. There's no rush in development. If you think about it, like how long do you want to be trading for? For me, I want to be trading for at least 10 years. So like taking a year or two just on your like even 2 years just straight on your development. If you actually work for that, you're likely gonna be a monster. I don't like the fact that we're retracing this deep. We're entering that BPR again here into that hypothetical short entry. This hypothetical stop would be right. I wouldn't. I don't. This just doesn't look as clear anymore. I don't think we're ready. I just don't think it's like too much of a high pro. Oh, look at where we. Let's see. Do we want to reach that fair value gap? I wouldn't even short this honestly. I have like a rejection block there. I don't like seeing rejection blocks. I just don't think there's a reason for prices to go higher here though. Come back into that BPR, so we should continue lower off of this. It's in that 950 macro. ES traded back up within this imbalance, back within that order block. It's just not clean, so I wouldn't really look to force this. I just want to see what price ends up doing. But I kind of doubt that we run on new highs here. I just don't think we've already had a stop once. I think that this is just a deep retracement, possibly into optimal trade entry here. Look at that optimal trade entry with that BPR. All right, I would hypothetical short would have played out or would be looking decent, and then that would be my stop loss, hypothetical stop loss, and then your hypothetical TP1 would be right there, and then TP2 all the way. I would put it at -2.5 because that lines up with the round constant encroachment. I would put TP2 here. All right, now ES is getting some displacement here, so this looks good. Balanced price range created. All within that 1050 macro. So I just created it, and then top set page said I entered my top set credentials in TradeMate, but it says error fetching. I honestly have no clue. I would look up a YouTube video. I feel like when I opened a TradeMate account, it was like really easy for me to, like really easy. It took like a day, and then I just like put money in there, and then instantly I got it in my account. All right, still within that macro. We have a balanced price range right here, so if price trades within here, that would be an institutional order flow entry drill. So if you still were to trade this, still look for possible 20, maybe possible 50 points here if we traded back within that 15-minute fair value gap, which I kind of like. This could be an entry right here. Institutional order flow entry drill right here, 45 points. This would be a possible pyramid. We've now had another stop hunt with displacement lower and created a balanced price range. So I just don't like ES right now, personally. But 1 hour order block right now. Sorry, 15-minute order block, not 1 hour. 15-minute order block. Hey, nice. You got the account now? Good to hear. Jeez, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to place a trade. Like I miss like placing trades, and then do like trade recaps. But I'm trusting the process, I'm trusting the process, submitting to it, Like I could be pressing buttons within here, but like you don't really need that for your development. All right, we should displace lower now. We just tapped that order block right there on ES. When will you start to get? I have no. I couldn't really tell you. I haven't like. I don't have a set time on it. You know. If I were, I don't know. I don't know. I would say maybe start of next year. I would say maybe February of next year, maybe. But also I could see like October of this year. I don't know. I would like to see speed here. Like to see speed here. I just don't think ES is allowing for this expansion move. ES is consolidating after hitting that PD array. ES is being stubborn. YM has also expanded higher. We're just kind of consolidating within here. I just don't think it's high probability. So I don't think it's just needed to be traded, you know? There's always going to be another day within the market. There's always going to be another time to trade something. There's always going to be someone else to find opportunity with. So if it's not high probability, if you don't like it, if you don't love it, then I want to look to trade it. If we look at this whole fractal of price, we opened up right here. We took liquidity here. We formed SMT, and then we formed a balanced price range. We immediately went up, took stops into a 15-minute fair value gap, and then displaced lower. Once we displace lower, we come back lower, and then we slowly taper. And then we pop up here, come back down, and then immediately displace back up. Like, this just isn't clean. Like, this isn't what I would like to see within the market. Back within that BPR here, reclaiming that. So let's see what happens here. I don't like how we're steady repricing higher here. I don't like that. The 5-minute on ES, just consolidation. I need to pull up DXY over here. Because that has my annotations from before. Ooh. So we have broken out of that fair value gap. I was wrong. DXY is seeking lower prices. Ooh. Stacked lows within that fair value gap. That could likely be the next draw. But I don't know. I would be hands off. We're in London close, so not high probability. If we look at YM's looking like we want to possibly displace lower. I think we're gonna sell off here. ES is holding us up. And YM is and DXY. Reclaiming this balanced price range. Overall, like what are we within? We're within high resistance liquidity. So since we have consolidated within the 950 macro, this 10 a.m. macro is this. Once this finishes at 10:10, we're likely going to start some expansion. So the next fair value gap is really going to be your silver bullet. The fact that we've consolidated within here. I think this next fair value gap is likely going to be your silver bullet. If we possibly have a fair value gap lower, I would be more interested in that. to head to these targets. Pretty just not non-textbook stuff here. We came back within that fair value gap right here. We have 1 more minute until silver bullets. To that silver bullet time window. Sorry, not silver bullet window, but like until this macro closes. We just have so much low resistance liquidity at the lows. I just kind of doubt that we don't reprice to these lows later within the day. It's very unlikely on NQ. Like I still don't think we're gonna take this high. I don't. This high should stay intact. I think this could be the real silver bullet, but if we're looking at in terms of order flow on the 1 minute, I wouldn't short this at all. That's your target this high? Got you. ES, I don't like this. This is low probability conditions in my opinion. In my category of low probability conditions, this is up there. Nothing's screaming out at me. We're just consolidating. We're seek and destroy type conditions. If we take this high, then I really think that this is just best to not look at anything. Dang, water. But those equal highs are so visible. Where at within the chart? On ES. These on ES. I just don't like this I don't like this fractal in price no matter what. On NQ. These highs up here. Well, we took this pool of liquidity right here. So we did take liquidity, and then we have a wick that closes way back within inside the range. So the fact that we didn't take this high, I'm not too much interested because we showed some respect to this high here. It closed way back within the range. So that shows me that, hey, there's some narrative around this high. In the future, yeah, I think this will be a target. But keep in mind, we also do have a bank holiday tomorrow, so that could cause some form of uncertainty. Notice this Sibi though. Yeah, of course. I just yeah, I don't like equal. I don't like to see equal high. I don't like shorting against equal highs, but I scalp. So if I'm looking at this, even here, I'm not really looking at these highs because I'm looking at the current fractal within price. But it's also you got to know what the higher timer is doing. But yeah, I don't know why. If NQ had meaningfully purged this high here, I feel like this sell model would have happened. But I think we left this high on purpose for sure. For sure, for sure. Like this high was left like this was not a coincidence. I just don't think that this was high probability as of right now. Let's see what the 11 I'm curious to see what the 1050 macro will do. I'm definitely going to be watching that. Since the 950 macro didn't really do anything, and let's see, where did 1010 start? We still haven't displaced anywhere. I'm looking at this 1050 macro now. Look at the bodies though. Wow, the bodies are holding that perfectly still. The Dow has sold off a little bit. ES is still consolidating. ES, we did barely tap within this fair value gap. That's just not a bullish signature. Like I've been saying. Like ideally, bullish signatures are we come to a fair value gap and create new fair value gaps off that. But you see how we're not doing that. If we look at the hourly as well, like that's the same thesis I kind of have here. I think that this is just knocking up traders here. If we look at this, like we're within this fair value gap, and we fail to create new fair value gaps, like we're just completely stuck here. So I think it's likely that we see a lower expansion, liquidate these lows, then have maybe some form of movement within the market to then maybe run back on these highs again. And then we come back up to this fair value gap. Still hold it with the bodies. I'm waiting for the macro. I don't care what this does until the macro. I really don't. This just doesn't look appealing to me. Just consolidation on ES. Oh, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Constant encroachment of that wick perfectly. Now we're starting to break down. Still held this Sibby that whole time. Mm. Uh, it's just like okay price actually, you know. We're just overall seek and destroy type conditions. All you can do is just see what it does in hindsight and then see what you could have done better on your analysis, but also know that sometimes it's okay to just not know everything, you know? That's why like just accepting your risk is also important. Say you entered here off this like BPR here, just accept your risk. Now we're finally making progress. If we really come back up to this high here, that would be wild. Look at it. Look at that. Like what? A tick off there. That's nice. Notice how we didn't take that high. I also do have an SMT at these highs. Wow, this is not a good fractal in price. This is not it's just a real tough conditions. For entry purposes, I'm only gonna look to get engaged at 1050. Actually, oh, I have no way I had that up right now. Do you want to look at a lower time frame chart real quick? All right, this value gap aligned with that wick. That could be where we trade back up to. That'll be this for value gap on the 1 minute. Oh, you can't see the screen. I risk. This fair value gap in line with that wick could possibly be where we retrace to. Buy side liquidity taken, kind of like last line of defense right there. But I would like to see us remain heavy if we're really selling off here. ES is displacing lower. Finally. I think that if ES wasn't, I think ES was holding down NQ. I think that was the reason why this model didn't play out as clean as I anticipated it to. I mean, if you were to enter here and if you had your risk that you're looking for, like the idea is there. Okay, say you enter on BPR, stop will be at this high. Looking for here and then here. That would be an 2R trade. Okay, I was saying something about that institutional order flow entry drill. Probably would have got stopped out here. For sure. But even then, like, is a 1.3 risk reward worth it? Probably not. Alright, let's see if we can get active on ES with this. Consolidation. Expansion. We could come back up within here. This water jug's clutch. Has anyone taken anything this morning? Definitely a trickier AM session, I feel like. But I think the draw on liquidity for me was there. Just like those entries, you know? Which I feel like that's kind of what I struggle with. I struggle with entries. And like the thought of like trying to be perfect. That's what I struggle with as a trader. Like I get sometimes I'll most of the time I don't know. I'll get the draw and liquidity right, but then I just like can't enter off of that, you know? Like which one do I use? Do I use this? Do I use that? What do I use in this situation, you know? Which is why I think that like ICT concepts are like they're a beast. Dang, I'm yawning. Oh, let me check trading view. Trade of 8. Oh, partial return of that for value gap. Dang, I got 1,300 in this account. 1.6K to 10K challenge. Alright, let's see if we trade up to this wick here. This just looks terrible. This doesn't look tradable. I don't know how. We just still hold that order block on ES the whole way through. This order block right here. Look at that. Or could this be the possible fair value gap that finally sells us? Look at all the support they're building. At 1050 macro, take us to the motherland. Still got 20 minutes till that happens. If this 1050 macro doesn't offer a good entry, then I would wait till PM. So you get DXY. DXY is still displacing lower. If DXY is still displacing lower, I think this was the draw on liquidity on DXY. So now I think it's more likely that DXY consolidates, or we get some retracement higher. I think that's what happens. So this will likely cause indices to head higher, or NQ to head lower. Because this whole time DXY has been moving lower, and so has kind of ES, but ES has just been consolidating. This is like real displacement lower. So once we get within this fair value gap, I think this could cause higher prices. Look at YM though. YM with like a little a sell model here. Ugh. Yeah, this PA ain't it, Chief. It ain't it, Chief. I'm gonna give it like four more candles, and if there's literally nothing that I like, I'm low key gonna head out. Yeah, I think we're just likely gonna consolidate here. Yeah, yeah, I'm lucky head out of here. Like I don't want to sit in front of this chart. I know it's not high probability, so I don't even need to watch it. It's not what I can. I know what I'm looking for, and this is not what it is. I will look maybe occasionally at 1050 to see what's gonna happen, but after seeing this fractal, I just don't trust anything right now. DXY actually, this is in. I think DXY is looking to change the steady delivery out of this for value gap. I think DXY is. That was a nice sell model. If you saw the, I mean, I don't know, maybe just a lucky prediction, I guess, but I was hinting at a market maker sell model. So follow my alerts, easy bread. For $400 a month, you could have my alerts. I'm playing. I'm playing. Barely traded in that fair value gap here with that wick. I if this is just consolidation. We're just marking time within here. Maybe we might want to trade back up to this. Let's see. Maybe this order block as well. We're within right now. Took that order block within this for I don't trust this area and price right now. I really don't. I stopped trusting her a minute ago. Excuse me. All right, yeah, I'm gonna head out of here. I really don't see anything that's just high probability. This is like seek and destroy conditions. I think later this PM could be decent. My draw on liquidity is still this low and still is this fair value gap here. I'm looking for these targets possibly. I'm looking for 2.5 right here. I'm looking for this constant correction of this fair value gap. That's what I think the draw on liquidity is still. I just don't. It's just not probable that we just don't head towards this low. I wanted to see a little bit smoother delivery, but that did not end up happening. Let me double check news. I think it's because we have bank holiday tomorrow. I think so. But yeah, that was my little tape reading session. I'll have a market review later today, and then I'll also have another case study Case study's on the way. Case study's already filmed. Anyways, I appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.